First story.
The boy asked, "Dad, why do you go quiet when Mom says, I'm not mad?" The dad froze. That, son, is not a statement. It's a warning. The boy looked confused. But she said she's not mad. The dad nodded. And that's exactly when you stay silent and don't move. The boy frowned. Why? Because if I talk, I'll dig deeper. If I ask, I'll trigger her. If I guess wrong, I die. The boy blinked. So what do you do? I nod. Look remorseful. And offer chocolate.
Next story.
The boy asked, Dad, why does Mom get mad? Even when you say the right answer? The dad sighed. Because son, it's not just about being right. It's about how right you look. The boy blinked. What? Last week. The dad said. She asked. Do you like my new haircut? I said. Of course. You look amazing. The boy smiled. So? She stared at me. Like I just confessed to a crime. Then said. You answered too fast. The boy gasped. Then I waited 3 seconds the next time. She said. Why did you have to think about it? The boy's eyes widened. The dad leaned in and whispered. That, son, is when I knew. There are no right answers. Only lucky guesses.
Next story.
The boy asked, Dad, why do you act weird? When Mom says, do I look fat? The dad looked pale. Because that's not a question. It's an ambush. The boy blinked. But she wants the truth, right? No. The dad whispered. She wants reassurance. And absolute wisdom. The boy frowned. So what do you say? The dad sighed. I say, you look amazing. Then I run. Just in case.
Next story.
The boy asked. Dad, why do you sweat? When Mom says, do you remember what today is? The dad froze. Because, son, that question means you're already late for something important. The boy blinked. Like what? Anniversary. First date. The day we bought a blender. You never know. The boy tilted his head. So what do you say? I say. Of course I do, babe. Then I stall with. How could I forget? The boy frowned. But what if you really forgot? The dad whispered. That's when you run. To the nearest flower shop.
Next story.
The boy asked, Dad, why do you talk forever? When Mom asks, how much do you love me? The dad smiled. Because, son, this is not the time for a lot or so much. The boy blinked. So what do you say? I say, I love you more than the stars, more than all the fries I've ever eaten, more than naps on Sundays, and even more than my favorite chair. The boy laughed. That's a lot. The dad whispered, and I keep going, just to be safe.
Next story.
The boy asked. Dad, why do you always say nothing when Mom asks what you're thinking? The dad replied. Because, son, some questions aren't meant to be answered. They're meant to be survived. The boy blinked. One time. The dad said. I told her I was thinking about pizza. She didn't speak to me for 3 hours. The boy gasped. So what do you say now? I say. Nothing, babe. Then I smile. And hope she doesn't ask. Are you sure? Just then. Mom popped in. Whatcha thinking about, honey? The dad smiled. Just about how lucky I am. Mom walked away. Smiling. The boy whispered. You're a genius. The dad whispered back. I was thinking about tacos.
Next story.
One afternoon. The boy sat next to Dad on the porch. Quiet. Thinking. Then he asked. Dad. Why does Mom keep asking? Do you love me? Even though you say it all the time. The dad didn't even flinch. He just stared out at the sky and said. Because love is like Wi-Fi. The boy squinted. Wi-Fi? Yeah, the dad nodded. You say it once. But you gotta keep checking the signal. Or the whole thing drops. The boy laughed. That can't be it. The dad leaned closer. Let me tell you something. I told her I loved her this morning. Then I forgot to compliment her lunch. Boom. Signal lost. Full emotional buffering. The boy's jaw dropped. So what do you do? You say it again. The dad whispered. And this time. You add a kiss. A hug. And maybe a chocolate. The boy nodded slowly. Then asked. Does it ever stop? The dad paused. Looked deep into his soul. And said. I once said, I love you, 5 times in 1 hour. She replied. I know. But say it like you mean it. The boy gasped. Just then. Mom walked by and said. Do you love me? The boy panicked. The dad? He stood up like a soldier. Saluted. And declared. More than pizza. And you know how much I love pizza. The boy whispered. Legend.
Next story.
The boy asked. Dad. Why do you still buy Mom gifts? When she says she doesn't want anything. The dad didn't even blink. Because, son. That's the trap. The boy tilted his head. But she said not to. The dad whispered. Exactly. And if I don't get her something? I get the look. The boy gasped. What look? The one that says. Wow, you really listened to that part? The boy blinked. So what do you do? I buy something small. Wrap it nicely. And write a sweet note. The boy smiled. That works? The dad nodded. She cries happy tears. Instead of the silent ones.
Next story.
The boy asked, Dad, why don't you say anything? When Mom says, I'm fine, the dad stared into the distance. That's not fine, son. That's a trap. The boy blinked. But she said she's okay. She's not. She's mad. And now she's giving me a chance to dig my own grave. The boy tilted his head. So what do you do? I shut up. I think back to what I forgot, what I said, or didn't say, and then he leaned in. I bring her ice cream and hope for forgiveness.
Next story.
The boy asked. Dad. Why do you panic? When Mom says, it's fine. The dad stiffened. Eyes wide. Because, son. That's not a sentence. That's a warning. The boy blinked. But she said it calmly. Exactly. The dad said. That's what makes it terrifying. The boy tilted his head. One time. The dad continued. I forgot our anniversary. She smiled. And said, it's fine. I slept on the couch for 2 nights. The boy gasped. But she said it was fine. The dad nodded slowly. She did. And that's how I knew. I was in deep trouble.
Next story.
The boy asked. Dad. Why do you freeze? When Mom says, it's up to you. The dad blinked slowly. That phrase, son, isn't permission. It's a test. The boy looked confused. But she said you can choose. That's the trick. The dad replied. She already has a choice in mind. You just have to guess it. Or suffer. The boy blinked harder. So what do you do? I stall. The dad said. I say. Well, what do you think? The boy frowned. But doesn't that annoy her? The dad nodded. Yes. But not as much as choosing the wrong option.